Welcome to my home office transformation /tour/trading desk video tour as well. But before we get into this, let's take a look how this space looked before it was transformed. Right, come on in, let me take you on a tour. But first of all, let me give you a real quick backstory about this office. Right, to cut a long story short, I moved into this property one day before the UK national lockdown for COVID-19. So I was literally in this office with a tiny little desk that I had from IKEA and nothing else. So I couldn't do anything about it until restrictions started freeing up a little bit, and then I could have someone come round, which is my friend Todd, he's a carpenter, to fit out this office for me. I'm going to take you on a tour now around the office and give you some great tips on how I created this office, but it didn't actually cost me that much money. So I used some very simple techniques just to be more resourceful and also keep the cost down. Tip number one in building your perfect home office is to write down your ideas and draw out an image of what you want to create, because that's going to be your map to creating your perfect home space. Don't keep it all in your head. Make sure you draw it out so you can kind of get a bit of a visual of what it looks like. And that's exactly what I did. I sent Todd this WhatsApp of a sketch of a part of this office that I wanted to create all the way back in July 2020. And a few months after that, we managed to get going thanks to the COVID restrictions easing down here in the UK. So first up, let's go into this corner. Now, with a home office, you can never have enough storage, believe me. You need as much storage as you possibly can get because you fill it up very quickly. And this corner has ended up being just that, really. We kind of just keep our bits and bobs around here, stuff we don't really want people to see. I've got some things hiding behind this screen here. I've got this boxing thing that never gets used. And it's just become a bit of like a hideaway for some bits and bobs. And I think it's good to have that, especially if you've got the space or an inbuilt cupboard somewhere, just to put the things out the way that you don't really want anyone to see. Tip number two, if you're creating a home office and you've got room for this, try and create as many little areas as you can, because you're gonna be living at home and then working at home. So you're gonna be at home a lot of the time and you're not really gonna be getting out that much. So it's good to have different areas in your office so you've got different spaces to work in, so you're not just sat at a desk all day. So I've got a table here behind me, as simple as it is. This table has fantastic use. I teach people one-to-one. I get this table straight out, I bring it into the center of the room. I use this screen behind me to project my laptop onto, so I can just screen share onto the screen, and it's perfect. I've also created this cozy corner over here. I've got the sofa, I've got the TV, I've got some motivational stuff on the wall. That's a great area for me to escape to. I've been sat at my desk all day. I can go over in that area, I can chill out for a bit, I can read a book, I can do a bit of work over there, I can do whatever I want. But tip two is to create as many little spaces as you can. Tip number three, branding. Especially if you've got your own company, get your logo on the wall. Get it everywhere that you can get it, because this is your company, something to be proud of, and this is your space. This is where you're running your business from, and you've created this, and you should be proud of that. So get your logo on the wall. It's great for branding, it's great for social media content, and it's good for you to just see that and think, yeah, you know, I did this, and I'm here every single day, and I'm getting shit done. Tip number 4, you can never have enough desk space. Believe me, I've got this high desk here, which I love working from. I can work standing up if I want to, that's why I made a high desk. Also just to create some different levels in the office, just give it a bit more character. I've got a big old desk coming all the way down the side over here and across the back. That's my main workspace. But if you're looking to buy a desk, believe me, think bigger, because you need that space. Tip number 5, you don't need to break the bank to get your dream home office. You have to be resourceful. Everything you're looking at online for your office is from office wholesalers or an office shop. The reason why it's so expensive is because all that stuff is meant for an office. That's why the price tag goes up. You've got to be resourceful. So I went to a kitchen wholesaler. I bought a load of kitchen worktops, including a kitchen island worktop for the high desk behind me. That's why it's a bit deeper. I bought breakfast bar legs to keep the worktops up. I also bought some plinth lights, which is the lights you can see on the high desk there as well. That way it cost me around about £200, maybe a bit less per worktop, plus the legs on top, but it saved me an absolute fortune instead of me having to buy loads of desks. Now this area through here is a little bit symmetrical to the storage area you saw over the other side. It's a little bit bigger. This is just kind of where I just keep all my stuff. Like, I keep my clothes here, my footwear. In the corner over there, I've got all my camera gear and my content creation stuff, just when I'm out making videos and tutorials and vlogs like this. And then from this angle, you can of course see the high desk there with the Golden Sweet logo on and the plinth lights, and my station where I trade from just down the end. We're going to take a look at that now. Tip number 6, invest in a good chair. Look after your back, look after your ass. You're going to spend a lot of your life sitting in this chair. So make sure you get a decent one. I went for the Secret Lab chairs. They're built for gamers, incredibly comfortable. I haven't had any problems whatsoever, and I've been sitting on this chair for nearly 2 years. So this is my triple screen setup. I went for 3 24-inch Panasonic seamless monitors. That way I could push the monitors right up together and sit them back in the wall. I've also got the MacBook Pro, which is powering all 3. I used a company called Pluggable. They make a big adapter. That's where you can plug in the screen so the MacBook can power all 3, which is pretty cool. The screen at the top, that was an afterthought. I haven't used it once. I don't know why it's still up there. I haven't been bothered to take it down, but I have no use for that screen whatsoever. A big question I'm always asked is, how did I get the TVs in the wall? And you guys have already seen this a little bit, but I'll show you now. So we built a false wall here, as you can see, put the lights behind it, and then put the brackets on the wall behind. That way, I can literally do whatever I want with these screens. I can pull them out, I can push them right in if I want to, like so. I can make them flush with the wall. A bit of decorating needed here. Okay, so under the desk, the trick with building the false wall, you don't build it all the way down to the floor. You only build it as high as you need it, as you can see here. So now I've got a big gap here between the real wall and the false wall, where I can drop down all the cables that I need. So it's very easy to get access to the cables. Tip number 7, if you're a trader or you're looking to get into trading, you do not need this many screens, okay? Do not be fooled by this or any other pictures you see online. You just need a laptop. The reason why I've got the triple screen setup is because I also run a business. So I've got different things going on different screens. And yes, it is useful, it is handy, but please don't go out and buy 3 screens. It's just for the sake of just trading. You really don't need to waste your money on that. And lastly, this home office is the top floor of my house, so it would be very dark, wouldn't it? So we need some skylights. And that's what we have here. We've got 2 of these skylights, which are good, but they can also let in too much sunlight. So I've got my man-made diffuser up there when I'm videoing over by my desk and I get washed out by all the sunlight. But they're very handy to have. More light in your office, the better. You don't want to be stuck in a dark, gloomy room all day. And that's my home office tour complete. And to be honest with you, I don't feel like it's 100% finished yet. I feel like there's something missing, but I don't quite know what that is. So put in the comment section below what you think this office needs that it hasn't got already. I'll catch you in the next episode.